Hello everyone, it's the hardcore legend Mick Foley wishing a nice day to everyone there, right there at True Heel Heat. Yeah!
All right, hello, True Heel Heat. I'm the AEW World Champion MJF. Just in case you're deaf, dumb, blind, stupid, or since you listen to this podcast poor, you're listening to True Heel Heat, and I apologize for that.
What's going on, everybody? This is your former AEW World Heavyweight Champion. Once a champion, always a champion. Swerve Strickland. Whose house? Swerve's house. You're watching True Heel Heat podcast.
Yo, what up? You know what it is. It's your boy AJ Francis reporting to you live from New York City, the birthplace of hip-hop. And I'm telling you that I'm only tuned in with True Heel Heat Wrestling. Holla at me.
Hello. It is me, your True Heel Phenom, SP3, and we are live on the True Heel Heat YouTube and Facebook for AEWramble episode 219, Title Tuesday Showdown. Welcome to the one of two AEWrambles every year that we review both AEW Dynamite and WWE NXT, or more like I review it and Jimmy Macram reacts to what I describe to him from NXT as only we can. And of course, to do that, I am joined, of course, by my esteemed colleague, usually here every Thursday with us for AEWramble, but AEW Dynamite decides to go on a Tuesday every October due to the MLB playoffs. So we are here together on a Wednesday this year. He is the man for, 59,000 subscribers, known for his Yankee fitteds and his honest criticisms of Tony Khan. He is Jimmy Macram. How are you doing?
I'm good. I hope you all are doing well as well. I don't know how you could be watching the show last night, but let's assume you are doing well regardless.
Well, maybe they preferred the NXT ShoWdown show, and they got their goods there.
How? I saw some of that fucking
Maybe.
show.
Oh, you did! I bet that was going to be my first question to you today. Was did you watch some of the highlights or watch anything from that show?
I did.
But
I watched.
maybe they like botches in like the first 3 moves of the show. Dude missed the leg drop. Jeff Hardy sat up and he did that as like did the slow like rock doing the people's elbow style leg drop, but he did that and his leg goes over Jeff Hardy's head and then he lands down. I just had to bring that up. If I forget to bring it up, we'll be talking about that. Okay.
A lot of people should be on the roster. I don't mean to be rude. I guess some of them are developmental and a lot of I'm sorry. You can't pretend. There's a lot of bums there. No disrespect. A lot of bums.
Yeah, it's not that good. Yeah, it wasn't. I wouldn't say it was the best effort from either show. I think that these 2 shows both kind of had something. I would say that NXT was closer to a special episode of NXT than AEW was a special episode of AEW, but both of them tried to portray themselves as special episodes, and despite NXT having the advantage in like they treated their show and presented their show as a special show, it did fall short of expectations.
They're on a soundstage. What is this building? First of all, what is this building? Why are we still doing this?
Warehouse. It's a training facility.
It's fucking heinous. Listen, get out of that fucking building. Or take your show off TV. I hate that building. Every time I see it, I hate it. Every time I listen to it, I hate it. It's fucking how many people are there? It can't be more than a few hundred. All of whom are
like 250.
250
is the number?
And they're all smarky. They're all wink ass fans. Enough of these people.
They do the first lines from Friday every time Jada Parker's out. What you doing, Miss Parker? They don't do the whole line. I'm like, you guys are like, y'all are a special community.
You know what it's like? Listen to it's like you've been to an open mic night. It's like open mic night. It's like everybody here is friends. This is outrageous. Good Lord.
Sometimes you wanna go where everybody knows your name.
Never.
That's the WWE PC. That's the WWE PC.
Never want to know people know my name ever. I want to be left alone to drink. That's why I'm here. Please leave me alone. Please and thank you.
Well, we'll see how Jimmy felt about both shows last night, but we're going to talk all about it. We're going to break down both shows as only we can. And of course, to do that, we need your help. And we appreciate y'all for joining us live. We appreciate y'all for watching us on demand. Either way, show your appreciation back. The simplest way possible is by dropping a thumbs up on this video. You helped out the YouTube algorithms in that way. You can also share the video with all your wrestling fans, friends, and family on all your favorite social media platforms. If you are new to the True Hill Heat YouTube channel, hit that subscribe button, hit the bell to stay notified for all the great content here. And of course, you can sound off in the comment section if you're watching us on demand. And of course, if you're watching us live, you can sound off in the live chat. We love to interact with all of you guys, but you can also show your support. Make sure your comment is highlighted on the screen and help out the True Hill Heat YouTube channel and AEWramble in the best way possible with a super chat donation. Any dollar amount matters. It goes back to the contributors that you see on screen with us here, and we always appreciate the support. We got our main man Louisville in the chat who lets us who sends a super chat donation. So always with the first one, you get the mic so you can speak.
Oh, speak, bitch. Come on now. Oh my gosh, Shivani. What the hell is wrong with you?
You got Louisville who says Charlie Kirk crowd in Jacksonville dead / racist. I think that also affected my enjoyment of the show. Is that crowd that was probably the deadest I've heard dailies since like the pandemic.
Yes. If you go back to high school, there won't be a grand fucking celebration for you there either. Why do we keep going back to these places we outgrown? I don't understand why we should avoid these places like the fucking plague. I've never been back to my high school ever, not once. I don't plan on it ever, not once. Sorry, Philly's place. Yeah, we had no money. This is fine. Now we got money. That's why we here. I don't understand.
I went back to our high school, but it was to see my nephew play basketball.
That's sweet. I wouldn't go for that.
You said you have firmly established you will not go for any reason whatsoever.
See you when I see you. I'll see you when you're done. Buy you a cake or fucking kids eat afterwards.
You've always seemed like someone who doesn't like nostalgia all that much.
No, not as an active concept. Like, I don't want to see Steve Austin wrestle in 2025. I'll go back and watch Steve Austin wrestle in 96 or 98 or something. No. Thanks.
It's like I don't want to ruin that. I don't want to ruin that thought or that memory, please.
Taking a one-leg stunner. Just landing on his fucking foot. Oh, good Lord. Oh, I hate that match so much. I'm sorry.
What? The Kevin Owens match was really good.
It's really good. It's really good for a 50 or 60-year-old man. Stop it. It's not a really good match. It's just not.
It's a really good brawl.
Yeah, because when nobody bumping. There's that one bump they take, that suplex, and that's it.
Well, he had to do that, so people, he only needed that one bump. People were just like, "Oh my God,
shit!
he took the bump!
Oh
He's still taking bumps."
Yeah.
No, they took like 3 more bumps. He took.
Match.
I mean, that's what you're gonna get from Steve Austin at this age. So,
yeah, agree. Keep this shit at home.
You think he should have ended it off with the Rock match at?
It's the perfect match. It's perfect. It's perfection. It's everything you could ever want from a fucking end of a Steve Austin match. If he comes back again, I don't care. We already ruined it. You ruin it some more if you like.
So where would Steve Austin play? So like we'll like put all the famous retirement matches out there, like all Flair and Michaels, or Michaels and Taker, or Sting and Darby versus the Young Bucks, Goldberg versus Gunther, Triple H versus Batista.
So this is Austin and like a hypothetical Austin Rock? Or are you talking about Austin and Kevin Owens?
I'm talking about Austin Kevin Owens because that's now his retirement match. So if I'm being technical, I can't even count. You can't even count Michaels and Taker anymore. So
yeah.
You can't even count Flair and Michaels.
I was about to say, I'm not even sure what I'm comparing now. It's certainly better than that fucking tag match they had in Saudi Arabia, whatever the fuck that was.
Yeah, it's better than that. It's better than Ric Flair's last match in 2022 when he almost had a heart attack.
Oh, yeah, it's better than that. Sure, we could do like Sting Darby one. But I've already stated, right? Live on air, that's not Sting's last match, right? I've lived how many fucking years.
You have said that, but we're going on 2 years. We're going on 2 years. 2 years.
You know how crazy you would have looked?
He's 60-something. He stopped dyeing his hair. I think he's done.
You know how crazy you would have looked in 2020? Talking about Austin's be going how many fucking years? 15 years. Yeah, all right. Wrestlers don't retire. It just doesn't happen. It's impossible. If Steve Austin can't do it, nobody can. That's probably a good rule in life as far as wrestling goes. If Austin can't do it, it can't be done. Yeah. I'll put
it can't be done.
Put Darby and Sting one, and then you can put Austin after that.
That's interesting.
All wrestlers retire when they're decrepit.
Yeah, we've been playing a game on the True Hill Heat flagship podcast that I think you would enjoy, because I think it's kind of stems from conversations that we've had before, but it's called Who Had the Better Career, and
Ooh.
like we did like Macho Man or Roddy Piper, John Cena or Rishi Tanahashi. We've done like bigger ones, different countries, all of that, but people that are generally like connected to each other or get comparison to one another. I think one of the better ones that we recently did was Seth Rollins or Kenny Omega.
Seth Rollins or Kenny Omega? And this is not who's greater. This is a better career.
Who had the better?
Holy shit. So I'm not even accounting for like my own enjoyment. Oh, fair enough. I'm gonna go Seth Rollins then. That's the case. He's still main eventing in whatever fucking year this is. He can walk upright, unlike Kenny Omega. Got his guts inside his chest. It's always a win. Yeah, it's close, but I would probably take Rollins. Plus, I think he's got quite a few more years to go as a top level guy. Good lord.
Yeah, I went with Kenny Omega because at least Omega could say he's been the number one guy in the major promotions where he's made his legacy. Seth Rollins, despite being one of the top guys, like you said, I think that there's always that desire in him from everything that we've learned about him over the last 2 decades. There's that desire in him. He's always wanted to be number one, and he's never been able to do that in WWE, not even in Ring of Honor, really. Despite being Ring of Honor world champion, despite being WWE champion multiple times, the 2 promotions that he is primarily going to be remembered for as far as his career, he's never been the number one guy. He's never achieved his actual goal. So if that is the goal, and if you think about what Kenny Omega's goal is, I think that he has achieved that. His goal is just to put on these extraordinary matches and to make his legacy off of that. And he created something, I think, as far as like influence, impact. I think Kenny Omega is greater in that regard as well. So I went with Kenny, but it is one that's a toss up. That's why I said it was one of the better ones that we did. And I like the game because you can go either way. You can make an argument either way for most of the ones that we do.
It's an interesting ranking system there, based off their aspirations. It's like that Kenny Omega's a loser, gets him like the one up. I just want to put on good matches. Well, congratulations.
He's made a lot of money too, sir. You're ridiculous. We got I Make Pieces says I had a debate on who had the most successful career from the Shield. I went Mox. Yeah, that's one of the ones that we have in the chamber for who had the better careers. Jon Moxley versus Roman Reigns.
Spoiler alert, it's Roman Reigns. What are we doing? What are we doing? Especially if it's phrased like this. Who had the most successful career from the Shield? It's fucking
No,
Roman
who had
Reigns.
the better career?
That's what it says. I'm reading right here. Read this. Read what it says.
Okay,
Most
yeah. If it's
successful
that, if it's his question, then yeah, it's definitely Roman Reigns.
Roman is not particularly close. You can combine the other two together. It's still Roman. Please stop.
Oh yeah, that was another good one we did. We did Sting or Kurt Angle.
I'd probably go with. I don't want to be rude. I love Kurt Angle. One of my favorite wrestlers ever. But Sting can remember things. Just immediately. He needs to remember them. He's got them right fucking there. Poor Kurt.
Holy shit! I knew you was gonna say some wild shit. That's awesome.
I love Kurt. I think Kurt's better at everything. No disrespect. But I think Sting's a more like iconic wrestler. He's clearly had the better retirement. I think he left better. He's gonna have a better legacy than most people.
Yeah.
Even though literally Kurt Angle's better at everything.
Yeah. That's what made that one interesting one. And the other one we had was Bryan Danielson or Adam Copeland.
Stop it.
I knew you. I'm only telling you the ones that I get the best, that I know I would get the best reaction for.
Yeah, that's dragging. That's dragging by quite a bit. But AEW career by a lot. I had his better WWE solo career. No disrespect. No disrespect. He's got 2 runs. One is the yeah guy, and then one.
Edge was a 11-time world champion.
11-time number 2. Congratulations, sir. How'd you pull that off? Edge is really good. I don't think they're in the same tax bracket. Like on an all-time list, I got Dragon several spots ahead.
That's fair. What about the Macho Man and Roddy Piper?
I gotta take Macho Man. A lot of people don't know how like regular people think. Like I'll watch wrestling with like relatives if they happen to be in the house because I don't care what they want to watch. It's my house. My mom knows who The Rock is. She has no clue who Steve Austin is. She has no clue who John Cena is. She knows who Hulk Hogan is. She has no clue who Ric Flair is. But she knows who the Macho Man is. Macho Man is another planet. People forget this. Macho Man is really popular. So yeah, I'll take Macho.
He's one of like the only 8 draws that wrestling has ever really had.
Ooh. Let's see. Austin, Rock, Cena, Hogan, Macho. Are we counting Roman in there?
Yeah,
Roman, how many is that? 6?
that's 6.
Are we counting Flair in there?
Yeah.
Bruno? Or are we going Andre instead?
Oh, I mean, we can go 9 and say it's 9. Go those two. Those two definitely count. But yeah, those are the draws, the real draws of pro wrestling throughout like the last, I would say, 4 or 5 decades.
Yeah. Not long list at all. Jesus.
Yeah. And yes, Romeo, I did see the news. It was announced today by PW Insider that Santos Escobar has agreed to a new deal with WWE. He has re-signed with the company after becoming a free agent on Tuesday evening. He has re-signed with them just 1 day later. Apparently, WWE heard his concerns about creative and decided to give him a larger offer than they originally offered him. Literally, that is what it said. That is a direct quote from the report saying that WWE was like, oh, you have creative concerns? Okay, we're not going to address that. Here's more money.
I'm going to assume Santos he will reach out across the spectrum. He didn't like what he saw, as you shouldn't have. I wouldn't offer you anything either if I was AEW and company. Why would I? You're not that guy. You're not that guy, pal. No disrespect.
Tony's like, I just signed Andrade. I signed a younger version of you. I just found out that Santos Escobar was 41. I was like,
oh my God.
This man looks amazing.
Right? Great. And I hope you enjoy looking at it in catering. Those shiny plates. You see your reflection, because that's where you'll be from here on out. Why they give you that money? I don't know. Maybe they gonna do something at some point. I don't know. But I'm glad it worked out. I'm always happy when people can make their own choices. Do I understand this choice? I mean, if you need the money, sure, I get it. If not, not particularly.
Nothing's gonna change. I'm warning you. I'm just gonna warn you. Nothing's gonna change. Whatever they promised you, whatever they said, oh, you're gonna get this big push. It is temporary, sir. It is temporary to look good. Ask Finn Balor about his big push he was supposed to get in 2025.
Yeah, if it's not in the contract, don't count on it, even a little bit. Sorry.
And that was another one that got promised a big push when he re-signed with the company. Finn Balor. Yeah.
You're pushed. Biggest relative, sir. It's big compared to you.
Like, come on.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
It's big compared to you. What the hell?
Sorry.
We got I Make Beats who says 41. I'm out here looking 45.
What are you telling?
Happens. And hello to one of our members and moderators, James Hayes II. Thank you so much for joining us today. We're going to get into things. Give us your thoughts on last night's AEW Dynamite as well as WWE NXT ShoWdown. We'll basically go back and forth between the two shows. We'll use our remote and go back and forth between the two shows, starting off with AEW Dynamite Title Tuesday last night. Show taking place from Jacksonville, Florida, Daly's Place. What did you think about the crowd last night?
Subpar, but how would I expect?
Yeah, very subpar to me. It was kind of disappointing. It was just up and down the whole night. If it was just consistently like dead, I think I would just say it was just dead the whole night. But it was like up and then it would just go down, like depending on the match, depending on who was out there, it seemed. So
Gave them the worst roster ever. Not that AEW has the worst roster ever, but they decided to put their worst roster forward to catch Moxley, Ishii, Jack Perry, Sammy Guevara, Orange Cassidy. What the fuck are we doing? And
Sammy
why are we
Guevara
doing
did not wrestle.
Sammy Guevara was there.
He was on camera. No, that counts for the crowd reaction.
Killing the vibe.
That's outrageous. That's outrageous. They saw his face and they were like, we're not making a reaction for anything.
Imagine that Charlie Kirk show continued afterwards with like somebody else. Just went up there to talk after this nigga got shot. And you said, "Oh man, this crowd is quiet." Yeah, no shit. What the fuck you mean?
That's outrageous. You compare this to Charlie Kirk getting capped? That's ridiculous. All right, let's talk about AEW Dynamite Title Tuesday. The show kicked off with Excalibur welcoming us alongside Taz and Bryan Danielson before throwing it to Tony Schiavone, who was in the ring, for a champion and challenger to go face-to-face ahead of AEW Wrestle Dream. We got AEW Men's World Champion Hangman Adam Page. And you got a cool sign in the crowd that said that Ice fears Hangman after Hangman's tweet complaining about the commercials that were airing on the WBD networks during last week's Dynamite.
Good for you.
Then you have Samoa Joe, who first comes out with Powerhouse Hobbs and the returning Kazuchika Shibata accompanying him to the stage, but he sends them to the back and he walks to the ring alone. Page took the mic first, saying that there's been 6 years of AEW Dynamite. He's won a lot. He's lost a lot. He's committed arson. He dressed up as the State Puff Marshmallow Man. And he even was proposed to, I think, one time. Last week, he agreed to team with the Ops. But after he won the match for his team, Joe lost it and sucker punched him in the face. Page is confused for the first time since being here in AEW. But when Joe yelled that Page has never beaten him, that's what it became about. The AEW World Championship. Joe saw Page with the title and wanted it. Joe has been angry with himself, distracted on what's more important. But Page didn't ask for Joe to have this opportunity due to kicking and screaming, but because Page owes Joe. At All In, the Ops were some that made sure that the fight between Page and Moxley was a fair one, which is something that Hangman respects. Hangman understood without help like that, he'd never be able to win the title. No one could. But the respect stops there, as he will not let Joe take the title from him. Joe lets Tony Schiavone hold the mic for him. So he comes really across like world champion Joe here. It was great. And he's wearing the suits again. Joe said everything Page said was absolutely true. But allow him to share some uncomfortable truths of his own. When Joe looks at Page, he doesn't see the pinnacle of pro wrestling, but instead a pretender. Page wouldn't be champion without the Ops, as no one else had his back more consistently than they have. Page was right. Joe was so distracted going after the Death Riders, his bloodthirst for them. He took his eye off of the real prize. And the real threat is whoever has the AEW World Championship, which Page, and he says, which he has his eyes on someone who he doesn't see as a world champion. Page has fake gratitude, which Joe provided the opportunity, just coming to collect what is owed. The most uncomfortable truth of all is what stands in front of him is a fraud. He's here to check Hangman. Joe will beat, break, and torture Page, despite giving his best efforts, and at the moment, Page will try to stand tall. It will be the moment Joe chokes him out, thus giving everyone a rightful world champion. Page responds and questions why he always has to defend himself as a champion to guys like Joe, as he's proved when the bell rings. Page accepts that with a bad neck, Joe will kick his ass for a good while at Wrestle Dream. If Joe throws one shot, Page will give two back. And if the choke is applied, he'll never tap again to Joe, who can't outlast Page. When the match is over, Joe will be flat on his back, beaten as fairly as possible. Page hopes that Joe brings that same energy for the sport and the championship. Stand up, look Page right in the eye, and accept him as the champion of the world. We get an intense stare down between Page and Joe. Page then leaves the ring. He power walks up the stage. He gives one look back to Joe before leaving. I thought this was a terrific back and forth between these two guys. I thought that Page brought the passion and the fire that he usually does. But man, Samoa Joe, I've missed this version of Samoa Joe. Samoa Joe in main event mode is one of a kind. There's no one as believable and threatening all at the same time than Samoa Joe on the mic. And he was good. He was great here. What did you think?
How many times has Hangman defended the belt in this run?
It was Moxley, MJF, Fletcher, Moriarty. So 4 times. This is the fifth title defense.
This is not a bad title run so far. This is good. I enjoyed the segment. Joe was great. Hangman was good. He keeps coming across like I don't want to say main character because that first makes you sick, but an important piece in the main event picture of AEW, and he's fit the role quite well. We didn't have a lot of time to put this all together, but I think they've used their time economically. Good on this. This is probably the best part of the night.
I hate to say this, but I kind of agree with you. This was, like I said, I thought this was terrific. So yeah, this was probably the best part of the whole entire show for me as well. But Joe, man, he just comes. I can't believe that we're able to get this Samoa Joe Raw. I didn't think it was going to be possible when he came back to AEW. I didn't even think he would get another run at the main event after being world champion last year. But we get this short run. This feels like very coded in the Punk Kingston of it all and very quickly putting together a hot program.
Yeah. I won't quite go that far, but I'll take your point.
No, it's not as hot as that. No. That was a different time for AEW completely. But as far as what it is right now, I think this is one of the better programs.
Oh, certainly.
Well, there you go.
One of the good programs right now. I'll go a little further if you like.
Oh, we got a bunch of people who do agree in the chat. We got King Potato who says this was the best segment of the entire show. We got Davion who says the crowd was silent like a library in certain parts of the show. It was. We got Ace who asks the question that I'm sure Jimmy was going to ask when we get to that match later on. Why Packin versus Orange Cassidy is the main event. When you had the tag team match right there. I understand you wanted to announce the match for Wrestle Dream, but you can still do that.
What the fuck?
Why do we have to close every show with Darby and Moxley? Every show has to close with Darby and Moxley.
Egregious. If this was Benoit and Triple H, we'd always tell them how egregious this fucking is. Because it's not Triple H. We can't acknowledge that this man is big stepping the world title run. What are we doing? Good Lord.
If this was Shawn Michaels and Triple H, we'd be still complaining, despite that rivalry.
Fucking heinous.
We got I Make Beats who says Joe gets cooler by the week. We got also in the chat, we got a bunch of people who agree this was the best segment, says Ace. Very good opening segment, says Davion. We got Dion who says this is why wrestling companies need one world champion, no shortage of challengers.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Not just that idea.
Yeah. And I do agree with you. Like, like there was a argument, I think might have been Ebo of Russell Paris. He put on like Twitter about how Seth Rollins, like despite a lot of people's complaints and criticism about
saw
him,
this.
he's like the connective tissue of all the top guys in WWE. I don't necessarily agree with that 100%.
Certainly
There was
not.
stuff I did agree with him in saying that, but in that context, I do think that Hangman serves as that for AEW. Because you think about his dynamic here with a Samoa Joe. You think about the parallel comparisons that he got to a Kyle Fletcher, his history with the MJF, the match that the match of the year candidate he had with Will Ospreay, that if Ospreay is able to come back during this reign, they can call back to. And of course, his history with Swerve Strickland, with Kenny Omega. Like, he has this connective tissue to all the top guys in AEW.
You were a friend of the channel?
I've talked to Ibu before. He hasn't been on the channel, so I can't officially name him a friend of the channel.
He is one of the more eloquent people in the IWC. Yeah, I've never seen anybody more eloquently wrong than he is. Like, the way he beautifully puts these preposterous fucking ideas is kind of impressive. I'm shocked. Time and time again. I was reading this like, wow, that was beautiful. That was all wrong, but goddamn it, that was beautifully fucking said. Seth Rollins is the connective tissue, and that's it. It's like building a really nice table, and you're trying to build a fucking rug. Yes, you got to throw this whole thing away. God damn it, connective tissue or fucking not. It's built wrong, so it has to go. Please and thank you. Good lord.
So you're not going to even address what I said. You just wanted to shit on somebody.
Sorry, what were we talking about? All right, Hangman. Connected. Seth Rollins does it for me. I'm sorry. We talk about Seth Rollins. I gotta go.
I know. I was wondering if you did see that post, because I was like, the only other person who shits on Seth Rollins more than me is
yeah, sure. Hangman is you can say he's connective tissue. I like the way it's been done. I like the way AEW's main event scene is set up, typically. I like the world it exists in more than I like the things that actually happen from week to week.
That's a cool way to say it.
Earlier, let's go.
Earlier in the day, we got Alicia Toot is with the conglomeration as Mark Briscoe runs down, giving us probably like a throwback to the original days of the conglomeration with like a pep talk, a coach's pep talk to the team as they have a lot of important matches tonight. And on Saturday, he says Willow Nightingale will team with the conglomeration adjacent Jet Speed to beat FTR and Megan Bayne on Collision. Kyle O'Reilly is ready for Kyle versus Kyle 2, and he's going to Kyle it up, as Roderick Strong told him to bring the TNT title back to the Paragon. You get Briscoe then says that Orange Cassidy will give Pac the beating he deserves, and Big Time will beat John Moxley in an absolute slobber knocker up next. Cassidy got everyone, a Toot included, except Roderick Strong, to do all hands on deck before walking off. This was fine. It was Mark Briscoe, and it's a fine way to hype up multiple matches on the show in one go. And then they did the heel version of this later with the Don Callis family.
Yeah, we can just get rid of that from here on out. This Mark Briscoe, this is above him now, or below him rather.
You might be right. You might be right.
I certainly don't love it now. Before I forget, and I will forget, those fucking tweets they do during the middle of the fucking match, it was like, oh shit, I really enjoyed fucking Jungle Boy's back, and then they fucking Dynamite's on now, or whatever. Fuck, lose that. That shit is heinous. That shit is. I fucking hate that so very much. First of all, they pick the most bland tweets they can fucking find, and secondly, it's distracting. We're watching a match. Please stop. Please stop. Good lord. The WWEification of AEW. I don't need this in my fucking life.
They're very WWE coded on social media, apparently. And then we get John Moxley going one-on-one with New Japan Strong Openweight Champion Tomohiro Ishii. These two men have a long history with one another, dating back to the 2019 G1 Climax. Excalibur talked about before the matchup that Moxley is 2-0 against Ishii from their G1 Climax match and Dynamite match 2 years ago. We get Ishii early on was no-selling some forearms from Moxley, mowing him down with a shoulder block. You get Ishii was out after Moxley on the floor, where forearms and chops were continue to be traded between one another. You get Moxley who poses Ishii, but he no-sold it due to not having a neck. This wouldn't be the last time he would no-sell something due to not having a neck. Moxley took the referee back inside, allowing Shafir to trip Ishii on the apron and rake his eyes. Moxley explodes with a shotgun dropkick. Moxley controlled during the commercial break, basically taunting the crowd. Ishii started to absorb some shots. Moxley then hits him with all of the forearms. We get a vertical suplex from Ishii, who's bleeding from the nose at this point, which added a lot of interest to me to the matchup. Color can do that, especially accidental color. We get a backdrop suplex by Ishii. He charges, but Moxley explodes out of the corner with a lariat. Then he dishes out 9 punches until opting to flip off the crowd, allowing Ishii to hit a power bomb with a high stack for 2. Both start sliding lariats, curb stomps until Ishii threw an uppercut, headbutt, and then a lariat for a near fall. Moxley floated over a brainbuster, hits a few big boots. He then hits a stalling power driver, but Ishii no-sells that. You get Moxley who responds with a big curb stomp and gets a near fall. We get a cutter from Moxley for a near fall again. Then you get Ishii who hits a forearm, a home run forearm, and then a sliding lariat. He applies a submission, but Moxley's able to escape. He hits the paradigm shift, but Ishii's able to kick out of that. And then he applies the rear naked choke. Ishii passes out, referee stoppage. Jon Moxley picks up the win in what I thought was a very good matchup, not on the level of their G1 matchup from 6 years ago, not even on the level of their Dynamite match from 2 years ago, but a very good matchup here, hard-hitting, physical, and some blood. And it was one of the rare matches that the crowd was actually into on the night, so that also made it enjoyable to me. What did you think?
It was good. It was good. I thought it was better than the Dynamite match they had before, to tell you the truth. Okay. Which I didn't hold in high regard. I don't hold this one in high regard either, but I thought they released moving briskly, and it didn't overstay its welcome. I mean, outside of the fact that everybody's shitting on this match makes me very happy. I can't tell a lie. I'd never been more proud of you all as a collective. I'm happy I'm here today. That aside,
he's like, I'm happy I'm here today.
That aside, yeah. Do we need this? No, not even a little bit. Why is this here? Why are we getting another Jon Moxley match?
It was to show that Moxley can get through a hard-hitting battle before the I Quit match.
Why did we do that with one of the other fucking matches he's been having every fucking week up until this point? Good Lord. Oh, I'm so bothered.
It's only the third time, not 45th time, Davion. But I agree. This show needed another women's match. I do agree with that.
Wow.
But
I'm trying to tell you, he doesn't like them.
I know, but I am trying. I will not give up hope that our pleads and that TK watching the Ramble actually means something.
Okay.
And we got three women's matches on Collision. It's just no one's watching that, especially now with the new rating system.
Yeah, number just came in. It was 226 or something.
What was NXT? 400?
It didn't come in yet.
Oh, okay. That's because this is cable, I guess. Cable comes in first. Ugh. Oof. You said what's the number again?
No, that's Collision's number.
Collision. Oh, okay. Oh, yeah. We're not getting the number for Dynamite till tomorrow because there's no next day anymore.
Oh, okay. Cool.
That's another way why they're able to get an more accurate number because they have an extra day.
Wait half a second? Jesus, yeah.
Backstage, we got Renee Paquette who checks on the Young Bucks who are knocking on Tony Khan's dressing room door, begging for another money match after going broke last week. Paquette asked about Jurassic Express, and Matt says that they'll have seats in the crowd tonight to watch, and says that they had to give up some of their sneakers to get them. Nick kept banging on the door, says, I need money and I need it now. I will say, Nick has been the comedy of this. I have laughed a few times at Nick just being totally outrageous, obnoxious, and now Matt of all people has to be the straight man.
Okay. This is outrageous. Every week Triple H's legacy gets better and better. I realized he didn't go quite as crazy during 2003 and 2004 as he could have if he wanted to. What the fuck is this? Good Lord.
Well, there you go. There you have it. All right, let's snap on over before we get into anything else. Over to WWE NXT ShoWdown over on what was this? CW? So CW? Yeah, CW. Yeah, that's great. All right, over on the CW. You had the opening matchup was for the NXT and TNA World Tag Team Championships. You had the duo known as Dark State, Dion Lennox and Osiris Griffin defending the NXT championships against the legendary duo, the Hardys, Matt and Jeff. You get early on the power of the duo of Dion and Osiris getting the better of the Hardys. You get a very noticeable botch that I brought up earlier in the show, in the review, where he slams Jeff Hardy and he does like the Rock style, like leg sweep thing, and he completely misses the head of Jeff and he completely whiffs on the leg drop. He sells the leg drop miss. Jeff was still selling the slam, so he's able to give Jeff a cover, and then the match just continues. There's another noticeable botch when they do a Doomsday device, but the Hardys were going to break that anyway, so I won't hold that too much against them. Hardy started making their comeback. Matt gets tagged in. He starts running wild. We get the side effect. We get the elbow drop off the middle rope. Eventually, Matt is able to hit a twist of fate on Osiris, a twist of fate on Dion. Then we get a swanton bomb on Dion. 1, 2, 3. Jeff and Matt Hardy have made history, becoming NXT Tag Team Champions for the first time in their illustrious career. 16-time World Tag Team Champions. They now go into this Sunday's TNA Bound for Glory with a whole bunch of momentum coming off the heels of this victory here. So what do you think about Matt and Jeff Hardy in the year of our Lord, 2025? Are now TNA World Tag Team Champions and WWE NXT Tag Team Champions. This also makes history as the first time that a TNA duo has won, TNA contracted duo has won WWE championships during this whole partnership. 3 times TNA has saw one of their championships won by WWE, and finally it goes the other way around here. What do you think?
Did they say 16 times on TV?
I don't think they mentioned it on TV. I just know that because they were, I think it's either 16 or 15, because I would have sworn they said 15 times the last time, because they were talking about them and the Dudleys, because the Dudleys are 25-time tag team champions.
Jesus. Listen, it's a very impressive career they had in the conversation for greatest of all time. No. It's 2025. I can't justify this. I couldn't justify this 70 fucking years ago. And the two of them, I will say, Matt Leslie get in better shape. Still no.
Despite walking the way he walks due to the back injury, he's moving better in the ring. I'll give him that. His comeback was good here.
Good on him. I hope it helps you lead to a long and healthy life outside of wrestling. Please. Towards that way. No disrespect. This is
they've been the number 1 draw for TNA. They still had equity. They still had equity left in the business.
Listen, if me and you go to TNA right now, we'll have fucking equity. We'll be the highest fucking draw there. Of course we will. Look at this fucking place.
I don't know.
Look at this place. Look at this fucking dump. That's what I would say when I walked in, by the way. So, make more enemies in my fucking life.
Look at this dump.
Fucking dumb.
No wonder Sean's eyesight is so bad. Nobody want to see this shit.
And I wouldn't be talking about the place either. I'd just be talking about Masha in the corner. Look at this fucking dump.
Oh my god.
How dare you?
This guy over here with this, like, he can't just insult somebody based on something they do. He's got to insult them on their looks.
The words and opinions of Jimmy Macram do not necessarily reflect those of True Heel Heat, its viewers, or affiliates.
6-year-old Puerto Rican grandmother. Oh, Sasha, never mind. I apologize.
The words and opinions of Jimmy Macram do not necessarily reflect those of True Heel Heat, its viewers, or affiliates.
I can't body shame or face shame anybody, like even like Hitler. Can I do it with Hitler? Or is it off limits for everybody? All right.
Why can't you just insult Hitler for the person he is?
Because everybody agrees on the person he is. Everybody's talking some shit we don't agree with.
So you have to say something that people don't agree with.
Yes. That's objectively true that people don't agree with. I'm trying to cure the world.
Davion says, Dark State is boring as fuck outside of Saquon Sugars. Yeah, I was upset that Saquon Sugars wasn't in this matchup. He's the most entertaining member of Dark State. The other two are quite very level 2 PC recruit in the ring.
I'm gonna take a wild shot in the dark and say Saquon Sugars is the brother of the group.
Yes, the darkest of the crew. Yes,
Saquon Sugars. Is that his real name? Please tell me no.
No, it's not. It's not.
That is amazing. Holy shit. He does not expect to make it in life. I'm not mad at you, sir.
No, this is WWE. WWE's like, these are the generated names.
Saquon. Oh, right. Saquon Sugars is outrageous. Lose that. Holy shit. Saquon Sugars. Fucking wild. What?
We're gonna give you the blackest name possible. Saquon.
That's up there. That's Amar Johnson.
They've been getting very ethnic. They must have like black people picking out these names because Javon Evans, Carmelo Hayes,
that's also pretty black.
Trick Williams.
They're not. That's a little more like 1970s pimp black. But you know what?
Still black.
I appreciate the effort.
They called Vince for that one. That was still when Vince was a
Absolutely.
It's like what was the name of your local pimp, Vince? He was like, I think his name was Trick Johnson. Still with Trick Williams. Then we got over back on AEW. We get one of the other better parts of this show. Unfortunately, it was like 1 minute, a minute and a half. But this by the numbers video for the Chris Statlander and Timeless Tony Storm matchup at Wrestle Dream, it actually made the match feel big and made it feel like something that is worthy of the Wrestle Dream kind of headline title for this pay-per-view. They talked about Storm being a record-breaking 4-time AEW Women's World Champion, holding the title longer than anyone has ever held an AEW title in the company's history, 640 days. She's defeated all other former women's champions except one, and that being Statlander. If she does, she will become the first member of the 5-Timers Club in AEW history. While Statlander has spent over 600 days on the injured list, she is still the most winningest woman in AEW history with 110 wins. Paquette told Storm to tape up her tits while Stat Daddy is ready. We then see footage from Collision last week where the two came to blows during their face-to-face confrontation until Triangle of Madness came out and attacked them. Harley Cameron came out to make the save, and that sets up this Saturday on Collision Homecoming. It's going to be Timeless Tony Storm, Chris Statlander, and Harley Cameron versus the team of Tekla, Julia Hart, and Sky Blue, Triangle of Madness. I really enjoyed the video package. I thought it was a good way to kind of make the championship match feel bigger. But I think that we should have followed it up. Like most of the video packages that we got on the show, we followed it up with something of like a backstage promo of something to follow it up. And I think that this would have been best used in this instant instead of just announcing the matchup.
Well, you only got two options: a Tony Storm promo you've heard before, or a Statlander promo that's not very good. Not mad at the skip. Not mad at the skip, Tony. Usually I dog you out, but this is a good skip. Video package did its job. Great job. Love the video package. That was really well done. It's almost as if Statlander closed the last two episodes of Dynamite. It felt that big.
They can make it feel like it. They just gotta take WWE doing a whole program heading into their next PLE on Saturday, telling the fans that they chose this matchup when the fans did. They came up, but they gonna make you believe that you're the ones that wanted this match, and that's why.
It's fucking hilarious.
It is fun. Then we get the Hurt Syndicate. Bobby Lashley, Shelton Benjamin, and MVP are back in action against The Demand, Ricochet, Toa Liona, and Bishop Khan, the Gates of Agony, in a Jacksonville street fight. The Demand chucked a bunch of weapons. Now, it was just a street fight. I just added Jacksonville since all street fights need a title. Australia. The Demand chucked a bunch of weapons into the ring before the Hurt Syndicate walked out. I love the fact the Hurt Syndicate wrestled in suits. I don't know about you, but like I pop. I think I've said this to you before. I pop every time there's a street fight and everybody's wearing street clothes because that's how I feel street fights should always be. But to see the Hurt Syndicate come out in suits and them undressing, taking the suits off, ready to fight, that was awesome. The fight was on right from the opening bell. This very much was coded in like 1980s, 1990s walk-in brawl. But it was just a fun, more chaotic of a mess of a walk-in brawl, which made it a little bit more fun for me. You get Ricochet and MVP. They're swinging canes at one another. You get Leona and Lashley are just beating the crap out of one another. You get Leona planting Lashley with a Samoan drop on the chair. He missed the follow-up splash in the corner, flying outside. Shelton sent Khan crashing into the apron and barricade. You get Ricochet caught MVP with a low blow in the ring. The Demand swarmed MVP until Lashley made the save and brawled with Leona ringside. You get Ricochet was hiding underneath a table when MVP finds him and drags him out. We got a snap suplex on the mats on the outside. Lashley cracked Leona with a crutch while in the ring. Shelton slammed Khan on a chair. Everyone fought into a pile outside near the perchway at Daly's place. And you get Ricochet who sprints down and hits this crazy somersault dive onto the pile before we go to commercial break. All the plunder is everywhere when we come back from break. Khan dodged a chair shot from Lashley. You get Khan then hit shotgun drop kicks on all the members of the Hurt Syndicate. Lashley then gets hit with a slingshot crossbody by Leona. Shelton then comes in. He hits a Samoan drop. Leona tried to put Lashley through a table, but he slipped free. Charge for a spear. Then only for Khan to chuck a chair right at Lashley's face. Yet Leona and MVP start smashing through the barricade until GOA hits gates. Open the gates on Shelton. A third table was set up at ringside. Benjamin was placed on it. Ricochet hit a shooting star press, but the table didn't break. I think Leona was about to make sure that it broke, but MVP, they all jump in a pile and break the table all at the same time. Benjamin trapped under them too, which had to hurt him. Shelton low bridge Leona. He hits a pump knee and then took out Khan, leaving Ricochet all alone. They took out Leona, put him through a table with a spear. Then they hit all their moves on Ricochet. We get a pump knee. We get the MVP running knee drop. And then finally, we get Shelton Benjamin hitting a wild-looking German suplex through the table against the corner for the 1-2-3. The Hurt Syndicate even their series up against the Demand, picking up a crucial win here in this street fight. Like I said, very coded in 1980s, 1990s brawl. I saw somebody on social media compared it to the Nation of Domination versus Ahmed Johnson and LOD. from WrestleMania 13. And I was like, that's probably the only other matchup on that card that I enjoy outside of Brett versus Austin. And I enjoyed this as well. Thought this was fun. What did you think?
It's not a terrible comparison. Yes, I like that comparison. It's a good, very forgettable match. I'm glad we had it. It is one of the matches that felt like appointment viewing. You can steal a shitty cliche. MVP does not wrestle very often. Can we say that? Because even if you didn't know that, you could watch and see that man is dying out here. You poor holy shit. I wish help was on the way, but you got another 10 minutes to go. Holy shit. This was fine. I assume we have a third match in the offing.
I'm guessing Wrestle Dream, they do something. Unless they want to make it interesting and subvert expectations, they could start adding members to both of these teams and do this as the Blood and Guts. After this matchup, it feels like the only step up is like a cage match. I wouldn't mind this being the Blood and Guts over anything like Death Riders related. I heard somebody suggest that it might be the Don Callis family in the Blood and Guts. I mean, that would probably be the best match because the Don Callis family has guys like Okada, Takeshita, Fletcher, Andrade in it. So that would probably be the best match. But I want something a little bit interesting. I think the Death Riders is like very predictable to the point that people are not going to want to see that. I'd rather them just save it to just be the women's Blood and Guts on the show. But if they're going to do a men's Blood and Guts, do Hurt Syndicate.
Sure. I'm not happy about Blood and Guts either way. I'm a little bothered. Fuck it. Who cares? I'm not bothered. I don't care. I'm glad this is over. I hope it's over. I hope we all just move on. We helped the GOA at least get on the map. That's something, right? You were floundering before. Now you could be on Dynamite while people throwing up. I'm good with this. Let's all move on with life.
You could be on Dynamite without people throwing up. That is the bare minimum that Jimmy Macram access from somebody.
That's a fucking win.
Renee Paquette is backstage with the 8 of the members of the Don Callis family. Callis said that they are smarter than everyone else and said Josh Alexander will dismantle Kota Ibushi this Saturday on Collision. Meanwhile, tonight, Kyle O'Reilly, he's such a mark. He named himself after Kyle Fletcher. Pretty sure Kyle O'Reilly's older than Kyle Fletcher, but love Callis. Rocky Romero said Hechicero ripped Bandito's shoulder out of the socket last week in Arena Mexico and is the rightful Ring of Honor World Champion. While Callis said that tonight Takeshita and Okada will win and get a title match at Wrestle Dream, winning the tag titles both from Brodido. Thus, the family will have all the gold. This was the heel version of what Mark Briscoe did.
Yeah. Every time I look at this group, I think they should have some type of uniform factor. Then I turn away and I look back, and I'm happy that they don't. It's a weird situation. Yeah, this was fine. I don't like the way this group is situated, like in this picture. I think it's blocked poorly.
Yeah, it was basically them standing how they usually stand in backstage interviews, except with a wide angle.
Yeah, like this looks like a backstage photo. Stars that look like stars. Rocky Romero comes across like he's more important than the rest. Like, what are we doing? This is shitty. But whatever. Callis is fine. This was harmless. I mean, outside of talking about Collision.
Did you see my Don Callis family starting 5?
I did not.
I got Andrade at point guard.
I got failure. Just got to look out for other people. Jesus.
All right, if we want a true point guard, we got Rocky Romero. We got Rocky Romero as the backup one. He's a giver. He's a giver. He's gonna give it up. 2 guard is Kyle Fletcher. He seems like more of a wing. He can get on the wing and guard some of the scorers out there. Then you got at the 3, Konosuke Takeshita. He seems like someone that could be like your LeBron James type. He could be point forward. If you believe John Andrade is just a scorer, then we can have point forward Konosuke Takeshita out here. Then you got then it depends on if you want size. You would put Lance Archer at the 5. If you want the best lineup to score as many points, since basically basketball is positionless, you put Okada at the 5. He has a wingspan. He can guard a lot of the centers. And then you could put at the 4 like someone like a Hechicero or Josh Alexander.
I'm not entirely sure what I'm supposed to do with this. What the fuck are we talking about?
I'm giving you the John Callis starting 5 we came up with. We got Davion who says, what does the demand do after this? I think they're going after the trios titles. I think they're going to win the trios championships. They have to. Like, if you're investing this much time into them, at least one of these trios should come out of this and be trios champions. It's not like the Ops are doing much with it anyway.
That's true.
Davion says Don Callis got top dog entertainment for his stable for the stable. Indeed. We got Davion who says, do you guys think Stat and Tony main event or Darby and Mox? For some reason, I feel Joe and Hangman will be semi-main.
Let me take a shot in the dark at this. It won't be Stat and Tony. How's that? Let's take a wild shot in the dark and say everything else on the show has a chance to main event except that. Sorry. Please stop setting yourself up for disappointment. Yeah, big man. What the fuck are we even talking about? It'd be Joe and Hangman. I wouldn't be completely shocked if it's Darby and Moxley.
I would not be completely shocked, especially how the last 3 weeks has ended.
It's closed every single episode for no good reason. Not one. That one I was like, oh, that's a good idea. Lord.
None of them have just been like, oh, that was a good reason to close the show.
Yeah, oh shit.
None of them.
You set that Kazuchika on fire? Oh shit, go ahead. No.
This is why I said you should have saved the setting on fire for TV.
Right? Darby looks like a bitch. He refuses to do anything. Show off.
He's trying to scare them. He's like, look.
He's like, I've been set on fire. It wasn't that bad. Fine.
We got Jurassic Express in their first matchup since 2022. Huge inflatable balls are in the crowd with the Jurassic Express logo. They were hit around during their entrance, even when they got to the ring. We never actually were told their opponents' names outside of one being Orion. I believe KM was the other, but he was never officially announced in the matchup. Perry had a hot start in the match as the camera cut away and we see the Young Bucks sitting in the nosebleed section with some kids. And those are not their kids. This looks like a meme. Like you could say like Nick Jackson is telling this kid like something. Like he's telling him quantum physics or something with his glasses on and shit.
I don't know why Nick is leaning in to tell this kid anything. This kid could hear what the fuck is going on in New York City. Holy shit.
Perry and Luchasaurus make quick work of the Jobber crew. They get the assisted flipping powerbomb. As the Extinction got the win for Perry and Luchasaurus. They celebrate post-match, but they never saw in the nosebleed section the Bucks apparently, as they are able to run to the ring. They attack Jack Perry first, taking him out the ring and slamming him into the barricade. Luchasaurus tries a double choke slam on them, but the Bucks are able to kick him low. The Bucks then hit the BTE trigger on Luchasaurus. They then laid out Perry with the double super kick. They pick him up as Nick Jackson says, hey, Jack, this is a callback, and hits him in the ribs with the microphone as a callback to his attack on Tony Khan last year at Daly's Place. The Bucks then officially announced that they are challenging Jurassic Express to a tag team matchup at Wrestle Dream. And it was announced later in the show that the matchup between the Young Bucks and Jurassic Express will now be a $500,000 matchup. The winner of the match will win $500K So the Bucks not only get to get some revenge on Luchasaurus and Perry for their attack at All Out and last week, but they get to also replenish their wealth if they get the win on October 18th, next Saturday.
Why?
Any thoughts?
Kayfabe, why did Tony Khan do this? Why would he make it for $500,000? Besides the fact that they asked.
They asked. That's not enough of a reason?
That's pretty heinous. Holy shit. Well, listen, Jack Perry in the tag team is the most inoffensive version of him. Even though his character's still kind of a douche. You can't really go backwards, I would imagine, right? You can't pretend like he's just Jungle Boy again without all the.
They did call him Jungle Jack Perry on commentary. JR
Holy
was at
shit.
JR was like,
good for JR. It took several years, but he pulled it off. Go ahead, sir. It's a little late. You're trying to make him a star. You kind of missed the boat. It's over. Yeah, this is whatever. Yeah. This peaked a month ago. I knew the Bucks would run to the ground. I don't know why I had any hope that they wouldn't. And here we are. I assume fucking Luchasaurus and company will win. And then we'll get to see some skits with them, and then some skits with fucking Young Bucks. Good Lord. You will wonder what a rating looks like the rating does. Come on, man. Keep doing what you're doing.
backstage, we hear from the Death Riders as Pac calls out the Tangerine Balls, Orange Cassidy, calling him a pipsqueak to whet his appetite as he's making his comeback on tonight's show. And he will do what he always does to him, out-wrestle, outclass, and make him suffer. They have more ambition than dealing with the likes of Orange Cassidy. Willie Yuta says that tonight it will hurt Yuta almost as much as it hurts Orange. It's time to trim the fat. No losers. Garcia then interrupts Yuta, with Yuta kind of giving him a glaring look. And he says that he's seen a lot of losers in the back. But that's not what they're about. They're going to keep winning, as that's what winners do.
Good Lord, look at this group. What are we doing? Why is this a thing? Why am I being put through the paces? Who did I fucking offend to deserve this? I was promised by several people that once we got the belt off of Jon Moxley, this nightmare would end. This nightmare has gotten significantly worse. He's more over now. Well, not more over. He's more on TV now than he's ever been. The Death Riders are more on TV now than ever. He and his gang have main evented the last three Dynamites. They've closed it out.
Yep.
This is fucking what is going on? I don't understand. And I don't understand why somebody put a stop to this.
Well, there you go. Yeah, he is basically, this is a Triple H. It is starting to feel like a Triple H Chris Benoit situation.
Yeah. Fucking Chris Benoit gets to fight Kane and the fucking fourth match on the card. Watch Triple H as the main event. Because I'm still a star. This is my show. You're welcome.
This is my show. Like, I'm the man. I'm the top star. You didn't understand? Like, oh, I'm the draw. I'm the draw, Jack. You don't know what time it is. This is what we do. Then we're gonna flip back over to WWE NXT. Are you ready? Are you ready, Jimmy? Back over.
Keep it worse than this. Go ahead.
You big surprise, sir. You probably don't watch NXT every week, but it can get really bad. I told you last week, sir. But it wasn't that bad last time. I'll give them credit there. But next we had the elimination, Survivor Series elimination, women's matchup, as you have Team TNA, which consists of the Inspiration, who were known as the Iconics during their WWE run. Just in case you weren't aware that they were former WWE stars, they came out to their WWE theme music from a decade ago. Mara Sade comes out. You might know her as Jakara Jackson, as she was just in WWE 4 months ago. And oh yeah, the team captain, TNA Knockouts World Champion, and WWE NXT star Kalani Jordan is here. They are
Who's the blonde
versing
on the end?
that on the end, that was Cassie Lee.
She does not fuck with Kalani Jordan at all. Look at that face. Holy shit. How excited Kalani is.
It's like they got you on camera, girl.
What the fuck? This young girl's happy and you're fucking miserable. Fuck out of here. Hate her guts.
She was like, we just had to come out to our old WWE theme. How would you feel? They are versing Team NXT, which consists of NXT Women's Champion JC Jane, NXT Women's North American Champion and WWE Speed Women's Champion Sol Ruka, Jada Parker, and Lola Vice. But between the NXT and TNA squads here, there's a ton of gold involved in this matchup. It was great to see the inspiration back in a WWE ring. You also have a former TNA Knockouts World Champion and current WWE star Jordan Grace as a special guest referee, but the referee whole thing for both of these elimination matches only played more of a factor in this one than in the later one, so we'll get into that shortly here. You get Vice, who starts running off offense. You get the Inspiration, who are able to look good for a little while here. You get Jane, who reluctantly cedes the ring to Vice, who was met by Lee and McKay, who took her down and posed iconically. We get McKay, who stayed legal and long enough to tag in Mara Sade, who dropkicked Vice. Vice responded with a waistlock, dragged her to the NXT corner for a tag and a double team with Jada Parker. The Inspiration then 8 dives on the outside by JC Jane. Mara Sade followed her out, and Jordan went up top and hits a big moonsault to the floor. Then you get Sol Ruka, who hits this beautiful acai moonsault to the floor on top of the pile of competitors on the outside. You get Grace, who then seemed all right to let the fight keep going on the outside as we move inside with Parker and Sade as the legal individuals. Parker hits a swinging neck breaker on Sade after getting a yellow and red card from Grace. Grace was doing all this weird shit with like soccer references, I think. Then you get Ruka, who hits a super kick on Sade. She got her up in a stalling suplex. Ruka then tagged back in Jada Parker. When it's Sade and Parker in the ring, you get Sade, who completely whiffs on a top rope moonsault. Like literally, Jada Parker is right there, and she completely misses her. Like just completely went over her with that one. But eventually, she's able to get the pinfall on Jada Parker, so she's eliminated. But immediately after she's eliminated, Mara Sade gets caught with the Soul Snatcher for the 1-2-3, and Mara Sade is also eliminated, so it's 3-on-3. You get Grace continue to call the match down the middle. JC Jane hits a fist into McKay's stomach and got the hot tag to Lola Vice. Lola Vice starts... What?
Fist in the stomach.
Okay. Wow. Okay, sir. You get Lola Vice, who starts running wild. She hits the spinning back fist on, I believe it was on Cassie Lee, gets the 1-2-3 on her, so she's eliminated. Then she taps out Jessie McKay with a rear naked choke, so she was eliminated. So Lola Vice got back-to-back pinfalls there. It left Kalani Jordan on her own. So yes, the only WWE star on Team TNA women was the final competitor in the matchup. I know, I'm not surprised either. Kalani Jordan does look good. She does get a Olympic slam on Lola Vice and eliminates her. But when it comes down to 2-on-1, Sol Ruka hits her with the Soul Snatcher. JC Jane tags herself in, She gets the 1, 2, 3 for the victory as Team NXT women pick up the win over Team TNA here. Jordan Grace did not look happy with the way that Team NXT got the victory here, so we'll see if that is followed up in the future. You also had Kalani Jordan, who was very upset with Jordan Grace as she missed a visual pinfall that Kalani had on the NXT champion JC Jane. But it is the two champions from the NXT brand, Sol Ruka and JC Jane, who stand tall here. Any thoughts on JC Jane and Sol Ruka being chosen the sole survivors for this matchup?
That's probably the right call, if I had to guess. Sol Ruka, she's got to be a star. She comes across like a big fucking deal every time I see her, even when she's not flipping, which is obviously her greatest asset. She's statuesque. She actually looks like Maxine, except capable without Becky's help. No disrespect, Maxine. Keep up the good work.
Maxine with actual athleticism and coordination.
Coordination is probably a good word for it. Yeah, this was fine. How long will we continue this JC Jane experiment with Jordan Grace and Mariah May on the roster?
Dude, like I'm just like, dude, like I've seen people be like, oh my god, she's such a superstar, and I'm like, when I looked at the NXT team, like it's quite obvious she is the fourth best on this team. Lola Vice looks like a star, and she's gotten really good since transitioning to pro wrestling. Jada Parker just has star written all over her. She's like a thicker, a little bit more aggressive Bianca Belair in a lot of ways. She has that to her. She just has to improve in the ring to get up to Bianca's status. She'll never have her athleticism or agility, but she can get up to her as far as in the ring, because I think she has the tools to get there. And then Sol Ruka, like you said, she has it all. She has the high flying. She looks like a star. Like JC Jane, in comparison to those three, I'll say Kalani Jordan has a brighter future there.
Yeah, I don't really get it. And like I wouldn't take any of those three over obviously the well established Big Mama Pump or Mariah May, for a terrible name. I don't get any of this. I don't understand any of this. But assume that there's a plan somewhere from somebody. And not that Shawn Michaels is a complete fucking maniac, which has been my experience every time I watch NXT. This nigga's out of his mind. He doesn't know what he's doing from segment to segment. Sometimes it's brilliant. Most of the time it's kind of awful.
Yeah, I don't know if it was like TNA was a little bit like nervous because of this show being probably the most eyes that a lot of this roster has had on them in a long time. But it just was a lot of botches in these first two matches, which they were able to recover from. And the matches, like you said, were fine, but these were below. I think this is the reason why I came out of this show in particular, where I thought that all the matches would deliver. I thought that especially these two first matches, I thought they would be just a little bit better than they were. I didn't think we would see, someone miss a leg drop by like a mile when someone is sitting up, or I would see a moonsault missed by a mile when someone's laying right there. But when you see those type of botches, you remember that NXT is supposed to be the developmental, but they're transitioning it to the third brand, and now TNA and places like Evolve and LFG, they're now the developmental for them.
Jesus, that's kind of sad.
I agree.
Yeah, we can call this now. I'll call it. It's over. The takeover will be completed by 2000, whatever the fuck. It's a wrap.
They're definitely buying TNA.
Oh, I don't have to worry about TNA. It's my AEW. They'll be around. But, that's the last bastion of hope that they were a couple years ago. That died a while ago. That died with Jack Perry, probably. Jesus. Yeah, I'm blaming Jack Perry. I'm blaming Jack Perry for WWE's takeover. Yes. I think that's fair.
You just know how to just let the air out of the room.
Sorry to bring you down, but you'll all be working for a WWE affiliate in 10 years' time.
Backstage, we get Matt Cardona was talking to NXT GM Ava, who was looking for for a spot on Team TNA and was asking Ava for some reason, but was interrupted by Josh Briggs, who demanded a match against Cardona after he cost him his matchup against Miles Bourne last week to be a part of Team NXT. Ava says she would work it out with Santino. Cardona hide behind the door like a little bitch when Briggs entered the room, so he looks like a babyface. Great job. Anyway, Cardona and Briggs next week, NXT, because everything's all right between the two sides. We'll get to that later, but we ended the night with both sides saying that, oh, we're all okay now, even though this show was originally supposed to be called Invasion.
I'm here for it. It's whatever. Me and Kenny Omega and CM Punk all agree. Sometimes you just gotta scrap and move on after that. Let's scrap. We move on. It's all good. Hey.
Oh, this is just a scrap. It was CM Punk's suggestion.
Throw them fucking hands. Move on with life. That's a great.
We have a super chat donation from the one and only Will Chisholm. Thank you so much, Will, for the support. We've missed you, Will. We've missed you so much. So we'll give you one of our favorites here. This is it.
I'm serious. I'm not going to sit back and take this fucking shit.
Somebody do a graph from AEW's ratings up until from then until now. He decided he was going to get serious up until now. I'm curious. Never get serious again, sir.
Will Chisholm, I don't know what you're trying to say here. Can you distinguish what he was trying to say here?
No.
Mom sus. Mom sus Hob Mo Ash and Ted's is no flight today. I don't know. Ski-sco, something.
Yeah, yeah. You guys got it. Ski slope, power driver. That graph. Yes, absolutely. That's the fucking graph. What are we doing? Never trust Tony Khan again.
We got Davion that says seeing Matt Cardona in big 2025 is wild. There you go. You wanted the graph. There you have it.
I appreciate it.
All right. Tapping in over to AEW Dynamite, you had the TNT Championship up for grabs. It's Kyle versus Kyle 2, Fletcher versus O'Reilly. Don Callis joined commentary with Lance Archer playing his bodyguard, as Callis says that the more power he acquires, the more protection he needs. O'Reilly quickly countered a double stomp into an ankle lock, leaving Fletcher scrambling to the ropes for a break. Fletcher responded with a snap power slam before firing off some chops. We got O'Reilly with a cross arm breaker as Fletcher quickly got to the floor, but took his eye off the ball long enough, missing O'Reilly flying off the apron with a running knee. Back inside, you get Fletcher caught O'Reilly with a flash Michinoku driver. Love the impact in which he drives the person's body into the mat, even though I am a little bit scared of that because people do have a tendency of getting hurt against Kyle Fletcher. Back from the break, you get O'Reilly started regaining momentum with his combo of strikes, ending with a big boot to the neck before locking in a guillotine. Fletcher went to grab the hair, so O'Reilly transitioned into a triangle. Fletcher powered out into a power bomb, but O'Reilly quickly pounced into a heel hook. O'Reilly went for another diving knee off the apron to the outside, but Fletcher caught him with a thrust kick. He tried for a big boot, but O'Reilly caught him and turned that into a dragon screw right into the chair at ringside. O'Reilly leaped from the apron for an insane diving drop kick to the floor, but he missed a diving knee back inside. Desperation discus forearm by O'Reilly, but Fletcher answered with a lawn dart, just driving his head into the second rope. We get the "This is Kyle" chants from the crowd as we get a forearm exchange until O'Reilly hits a thrust kick. While O'Reilly answered with a tornado DDT, O'Reilly kicked out of the leg into a shoulder capture suplex, which was a great transition. Love the way he did that. But Fletcher was up and turned O'Reilly inside out with a wild-looking lariat. O'Reilly scrambled for an ankle lock, hit a Shining Wizards to the neck, but Fletcher barely kicked out back to the ankle lock, but Fletcher manages a sheer drop brainbuster. He is not able to follow up as he's shaking out the bad knee. So he follows up with a charging boot in the corner, then another vertical drop brainbuster for the 1-2-3. Fletcher retains the TNT championship here. Post-match, Fletcher is celebrating when Lance Archer gets into the ring. He delivers a chokeslam to O'Reilly before Roderick Strong and Tomohiro Ishii made the save. Rocky Romero came out to help his crew, which brought out Mark Briscoe. He runs out Archer and Romero before staring down with Fletcher, who doesn't throw a punch at him. It led to a standoff before Fletcher bails from the ring and joins Callis on the stage. It is then announced in a backstage interview. Renee Paquette runs into Kyle Fletcher backstage after the break, asking Kyle why he backed away from Mark Briscoe after such a dominant victory. Fletcher says that he's not scared of Briscoe. He's already beaten him twice before. But Paquette reminds him that Briscoe has beaten him twice before as well, and informed him the rubber match between the two men will take place at Wrestle Dream next Saturday for the TNT Championship, which has been made official by Tony Khan. Don Callis was none too pleased and rushed Fletcher off to talk strategy. I really enjoyed the matchup. I like this the styles of the two guys. You got the more hard-hitting, high-impact moveset and style of Kyle Fletcher. It worked very well with the more technical submission base of Kyle O'Reilly. It's just the crowd wasn't as into it as I hoped, but I thought it was a great match. What did you think?
I thought it was a good match. Fletcher's selling was spotty, but he sold when it counted. The finish and right before that. So, props. It's more than most do these days. Goddamn shame. Anyway, yeah, I thought they meshed well. Crowd not being into it. It's Kyle O'Reilly. What do you want? What do you want exactly? Are we confused about who's going to win this fucking match? I don't think so. Just get my popcorn and then come back so we can see Fletcher hit whatever the fuck his finish is, and we can all move on with fucking life. This was fun though. I mostly enjoyed this. O'Reilly is technically proficient, even if he is the second most sauceless technical wrestler maybe ever. Obviously, he's ahead of Josh Alexander, but not much fucking better. I'm sorry, no disrespect. So, I
think we're missing out on big time money, but not selling Jimmy Macram bingo cards of hatred. Bingo cards.
No hate at all.
It's all hate all the time. No disrespect. And then you get a very disrespectful comment.
Okay. He did sell the arm. Sporadically, but he did sell it. I appreciate it.
Yeah. Good work by both guys here. By the Kyles. Renee Paquette is backstage. Oh, wait. We already addressed that. Then you get TBS Championship up for grabs as you get Mercedes Moné. The TBS champion is back, and she's here to defend her gold. We get a quick vignette introducing her opponent for this open challenge of anyone who lives in Florida. And we get a vignette for former WWE star, formerly known as Kaden Carter, now Lacey Lane, who said that her and Monet had a chance to cross paths in the past, but never did. Tonight, that will change in her hometown. As Bryan Danielson said, imagine the shock of the wrestling world if Lane won the title tonight, ending Monet's reign at 499 days. Taj wished Lane luck, but it will be an uphill battle as Monet wins titles even on her off days. We get some early pin attempts from Lane as Monet floated over in the corner, but missed a crossbody. Rolling cradle by Lane for another two until a springing drop kick. You get Lane met her with a crossbody when Monet goes to the outside. Monet went to the apron and tried a suplex to the floor, but was hung up by Lane, who followed up with an almost heat seeker variation for a 2 count. Monet got her feet on the ropes to break up the cover. You get Lane hitting a bunch of hard hitting thrust kicks, sliding thrust kicks to the head of Monet that echoed throughout the Daily's place because the crowd was very quiet once again here. Monet answered. She hits a lung blower, a sunset flip into the corner. Double knees missed though, as Lane answered with a springboard dropkick and a hammerlock flatliner for a 2 count. Unique Death Valley driver into a leg drop. I never seen that move before. That was unique. That got a near fall on Monet as well. Lane wanted the hammerlock again, but Monet scrambled, trading of pinning attempts before Monet hits the moneymaker for the 1-2-3 to retain the TBS championship here. Like I said, the crowd wasn't into this match very well, but I thought it was a solid enough showing for Lacey Lane. She was able to show off her skills before Mercedes predictably picked up the win here. I think the crowd wasn't into it because there was no way that Mercedes was losing here, so there was no drama at all. What did you think?
Lacey Lane? I mean, who's her fucking cousin? Macy Lane or Basie Bane? Like, she's not aware there's a prominent woman with that exact fucking name. Like, what are we fucking doing? This is why you are where you are, because of the decisions you make in life. What the fuck? Anything else you could have picked? Lucy Lane. Fucking Lacey Loon. Any fucking thing except, are you fucking serious?
Why are you so upset?
What's her name? Her name is Eve Boston. Shut the fuck up. That stinks. What the fuck are you doing? Oh, whatever. Whatever. The match was fine. I'm just so mad. And plus, get Mercedes there already with a bad name. What are we doing? I'm so bothered. Why can't we get the basics right? Get the fucking basics right. Good Lord.
Well, I think he already answered that, Davia, and he said Jimmy disliked more Colorado or Josh. It's clearly Josh Alexander.
It's not close. It's not particularly close. This Cal's offense looks good.
I do appreciate it more. I do like crowds who don't pretend to be excited, because I feel like that is a lot of, like, especially like the two mainstream companies, WWE and AEW. I feel like that's a lot. When you get a hot crowd, it doesn't feel all that real. Like, it just feels like, okay, you guys are just cheering to cheer.
Like, all the time. That's why I appreciate these uppity crowds. Yeah. No. I'm not impressed with Lacey Lane. Fuck, I'm not cheering for this shit. Ugh.
Eve Boston is hilarious.
Nobody, no friends at all. Did she have a tag team partner? Tag team partner can't talk for her?
Her
tag team partner can say, hey.
I think that's why she went back to her old indie name, is because her tag team partner, if they are able to get an opportunity somewhere and they use their real name, their indie names or real names, her name is Casey Catanzaro. So it's Casey and Lacey.
Oh, good Lord. Some people deserve to be released.
Wow, that was outrageous.
It's just the words and opinions of Jimmy Macram do not necessarily reflect those of True Heel Heat, its viewers, or affiliates.
You're doing them a favor. Put them on the path towards something they can actually be successful at. Because good Lord.
This man is outrageous, ladies and gentlemen. The words and thoughts of Jimmy Macram don't represent us. Sammy Guevara, your favorite person, is up next. He is backstage with the Beast Mortos to talk about Eddie Kingston going after LFI's Beast at Collision Homecoming this Saturday. Guevara told Kingston to say goodbye to his family and friends and adios, which is Spanish for goodbye. Kingston was good here. He's with Hook, and he pleads for Mortos to stop letting Guevara talk for him. It will result in him getting his ass kicked just like Drew Listico did. The highlight of this entire thing was Mortos wearing matching sunglasses with Guevara, though. I will say, that was awesome. Look at this. Look at Mortos. Mortos with his sunglasses.
Lord.
It is this Saturday, AEW Collision Homecoming from Jacksonville, Florida. Eddie Kingston versus the Beast Mortos.
This is criminal. Listen. If I feel like getting up and getting drunk or whoring around or doing all these different things, I can just do that. I live alone. I don't have any responsibilities, whatever. If you woke up one day and decided you wanted to do that, you couldn't because you have responsibilities to the world, to your family, and etc. AEW has a responsibility.
Are you saying that True Heel Heat has a responsibility to the world?
No, I'm saying AEW has a responsibility to the world. It has a responsibility to the world to stop the evil fucking empire, or at least keep them within their 75% corner of the fucking universe, where we can't afford to just put people we like on TV because we feel like it. And Sammy is a feel like it ass pick, and it is jarring every time. You are letting the world down, sir. Tony Khan, please do better. The fuck.
Do you think there will be any type of healing when Sammy Guevara is let go from AEW?
I'm going to make a bet he won't ever be.
I don't think so either. I think he's good friends with Tony. I think Tony likes him. So I think he'll have something to do. He'll be on Ring of Honor, being Ring of Honor World Champion in a year.
Please. And thank you. Good Lord.
Big Man Dice says, Sammy bringing up Pillars discourse for Heat in Big 2025. Oh, brother.
It's shocking. You just go, I must be dreaming. There's no way somebody approved of this. Holy shit.
There is no way you could still be on my TV after I saw you in 2022.
What the fuck?
But he's here. He's still here. Still here.
2 weeks in a row.
Well, at least it's like 30 seconds.
It's 30 seconds too many. It's 30 seconds we all could have been digging in our fucking ass, which would have been more productive than this horse shit. Good Lord. Holy shit.
I guess you have a point there. I guess. You get up next. We're flipping over the channel back to WWE NXT ShoWdown. We got another title match. Mustafa Ali making his return to WWE. He comes out to his WWE theme, but it transitions to his TNA theme. I did like how they did that. He is challenging Ethan Page. The story going into this matchup, Mustafa Ali is getting the title shot he was supposed to get 2 years ago before he was released by WWE, and the fact that he believes that his WWE career has been cursed, which, I mean, there is an argument for the amount of times he's come close to big breaks and it failed to happen. And I like that they let the story play out within the matchup. We get the intros out of the way. Page and Ali locked up, with Page using his size to have control of the matchup and the pacing. Ali shoved Ethan into the corner. The two started trading wrist locks before the two got a technical wrestling clinic for a bit, with Ali coming out on top with a cutter and then a standing moonsault. Ali dragged Page out of the ring and began banging his hand against the apron. You get Page got a back elbow on Ali and then yelled at the commentary team. Ali hits a spinning DDT on Page on the outside, threw him back inside. He started to go up to the top, but Page tripped him and wrapped his leg around the ring post. Page then, Ali fell to the outside, wrenching in pain. Page then does this kind of wheelbarrow thing where he swings the leg and Ali hits his head right on the ring post. Page is in full control after that, really kind of slowing things down here. He puts him in a chin lock, working on the tweaked neck. Ali fought out of it, though. He went to answer back, but Page turned him inside out with a lariat. They ended up on the top rope. Page went for a superplex, but Ali knocked him off. When Page tried again, he hit a sunset flip powerbomb from the top rope and had to hurry up to take advantage, but Page hits the ropes again, knocking him off the turnbuckle. Page went for a backbreaker all over the turnbuckle, but Ali was able to block it. Page settled for snake eyes on the top turnbuckle and a super kick for a 2 count. Ali collapsed after kicking out of the pin. Page started talking trash, but Ali hit him with a drop kick, dodged a couple of charges from Page. Page got a knockout blow, sending Ali into the corner, but only got a 2 count. He goes for the Eagle's Edge, but Ali's able to reverse that. He hit the Tornado DDT out of the corner, but only got a 2. Ali dragged Page to the corner. He goes up top for the 450 splash, but Page got out of the way. delivered a kick to Ali's head. You get Page on the outside as Ali hits him with a head scissor. He then hits this crazy looking tope suicida, launching over the commentary table. But this is where the first comes into play. As when Ali puts Ethan Page back into the ring, his leg is tied up with the announcer's headset. So he's trying to untie the cord around his ankle, and Page launches him off the top turnbuckle. He glides into the barricade. Page puts him into the ring, hits Twisted Turn. 1, 2, 3. Ethan Page retains the NXT North American Championship in what I think was probably one of the best matches of the entire night between either side. This was a banger. Ali went out there and delivered a virtuoso performance and showed why he has been the best worker in TNA all this year, and he proved it yet again here with Ethan Page showing that he can go toe-to-toe with anybody in the ring. Great. What do you think about Page being champion, or any highlights?
Solid match. I thought it was a very good match. I thought it was the match of the night, regardless of the show, which I don't think I've ever said about an All Ego match ever. That's not a knock. He's just kind of plain, for lack of a better word. Miz-esque, if you would. No disrespect. I know it's an insult, but I don't mean it in that way. Sorry. Ali was great. He's somebody who's almost as good as he thinks he is. This was a really good match. I thought it played out well, and I enjoyed the story, the idea of him being cursed. It was perfectly NXT for me. Yeah, no notes. Good on Page. I'm really happy this worked out for him. I'm happy for when it works out for fucking anybody. But Page in particular is somebody I would have guessed it ain't gonna work out for, and it has.
Yeah. I said it's been to me, he's been the second best transition from AEW to WWE outside of Cody Rhodes. I think that he's tremendously helped his career by making this move. So, hats off to him for this one. We got in the chat here. My mic sounded like it was because I think I was leaning against the cord. So I hopefully, do I sound all right now?
You do.
Okay, there we go. Big Man Dog says now this was an actually good matchup, so he agrees as well. We got Davion who says Jimmy has me laughing so hard my eyes are watering. So there you go.
Here to help.
Always got you here. But yes, then you got this was definitely I would say probably if you think it was the best match on the show, I wouldn't argue with you. It was great stuff from both guys. We go backstage and we see Dr. Wagner Jr., the AAA Latin American champion. He is interrupted by our good old friend Lexis King, who accuses him of being Tavion Heights, as Tavion wore the mask to get the one-up on Ethan Page a couple of weeks ago. Wagner Jr. denies this and walks away. Then Tavion Heights appears behind King and says something in Spanish, shaking his head at King's stupidity. They will face one-on-one. Wagner Jr. the third going one-on-one with Lexis King next week on NXT.
Was he the first person to make the jump after Cody?
He was a 2023 jump, so he had to be pretty close to around or just before Jade Cargill.
I don't really know if it's how do I put this? I think he's I don't want to be as insulting as this is going to come across. I do think he has maxed out his talent, if that counts for anything. I feel like he's gotten the absolute most out of the talent that he has. He's found himself a steady spot and job on NXT, steadily on television. He's got a character that is certainly there. Good for him, I'll say. Save your money. That's all I'll say. Save it.
And yes, this was the only one-on-one match on this card, and it was the best one. So.
Yeah.
What a coincidence. Then you get uh you get up next. You got you got the double Jeopardy Eliminator matchup as the Don Callis families, Konosuke Takeshita and Kazuchika Okada. They are. What happened?
This picture is just funny to me. The facial expressions. Okada looks like he could be any player else. Except about to fucking wrestle. Makes him sick.
And Takeshita looks like he's biting his mask to like not cringe at being so close to Okada. Fuck this guy. You get them. They're going up against AEW World Tag Team Champions Brodido in a double Jeopardy Eliminator matchup. If Brodido are able to get a pinfall win, the member of Brodido who gets the pin will get a shot at Okada's Unified Championship. And as previously mentioned earlier in the show, if Okada and Takeshita get the win, they will get a shot at the AEW World Tag Team Championships at WrestleDream next Saturday. Takeshita poses on the stage and he was cut off by Okada's theme. He just blew right by Takeshita on his way to the ring. Bandito had his shoulder taped up thanks to Hechicero in their match in CMLL last Friday. Takeshita went right after the bad arm. He and Bandito had a quick exchange going back to their ROH Supercard of Honor Instant Classic earlier this year. King tagged in and laid out Okada with a running senton before lighting him up with some chops alongside Bandito. Bandito hits a head scissors, some drop kicks, who really started selling. He was selling the bad shoulder throughout this matchup. I thought this was the best selling that I saw throughout the whole entire night because he's probably really injured. For good measure, you get Okada, who hits a DDT on Brody King on the outside. King was worn down during the entire break. Things returned with King firing off some desperation, swinging back suplexes to both Okada and Takeshita. He lays them both out with lariats. Bandito has recovered enough to make the hot tag, and he hits a springboard senton on Okada for a 2 before spiking Takeshita with a huge pop-up Hurricane Rana. Springboard crossbody to Okada led to a series of pinning attempts for near falls. Okada slowed down the momentum, but Bandito still planted him with the stalling suplex. Okada was spiked with a running PK into a Dante's Inferno by Brodido. The tag team champions were working well with each other as you get Brody King takes down Takeshita with a black hole slam. Brodido signals for the monkey flip 450, but Okada put a stop to that, allowing Takeshita to hit a Casadora German suplex on Brody King's big ass, and then Brody no-sells it. Takeshita then picks his ass up again and hits a blue thunder bomb. Takeshita was great in this matchup, as usual. Takeshita popped Bandito with a forearm, a knee strike, but Bandito countered a Raging Fire into an inside cradle for a 2. Takeshita was up. He was going for the power drive knee. We get a weird sequence where he has to pause or has to double take because Okada's not in the corner in time, unfortunately. And this came after Takeshita basically hit Okada by accident. But he does get the blind tag. He comes in. Takeshita takes out Brody while Okada takes advantage of the injured Bandito, hits him with the Rainmaker for the 1-2-3. Okada and Takeshita pick up the victory here. They now move on where they will get a shot at Brodido for the AEW World Tag Team Championships at WrestleDream next Saturday. We would hear from Brodido, which I thought was a good addition to kind of hear a follow-up from them, where Renee Paquette is backstage with the champions. Bandito said he's not making excuses, but they lost because of him. King said that he's always told him to never stop fighting, and come WrestleDream, it doesn't matter if they have 2 of the best wrestlers in the business against them. Brodido has the best wrestler in the game, and they'll stand tall at the pay-per-view. Good promo by Brodido, and I thought the matchup was very good, but you can tell they were just giving you an appetizer before the real thing, the main course at the pay-per-view. But very good for kind of a preview of what we're going to get next Saturday. What did you think?
Yeah, good match. Thought it should have main evented. Kind of obviously so. It was the only match I was looking forward to. Yeah, it was the only match that had a super story going in. Will they, won't they, but with actual stakes. Please and thank you. And I thought it mostly played out how I expected it would. Okada and Takeshita do have a strange chemistry with one another that I think works. Their characters play off one another rather well. And outside of the finish, which was mistimed, we'll say. Nah, we call it NXT botches all night. It was botched.
Yeah, it was botched.
It didn't ruin it for me. I like this. I need this in my life. To me, this is a significantly better time waster than a fucking triple threat match with, who was it?
Masquerada Dorada.
As good as he is, and as good as that match apparently was.
Fantastic match.
At least this is less obvious as a time waster.
Yeah, this seems like this has more legs on it, and you could see a world where Okada and Takeshita become the champions, depending on when AEW is going to pull the trigger on their match.
Yeah, which I'm not entirely sure when at this point.
I think it's Continental Classic. I think the Continental Classic. They're saving it for that.
Why? What the fuck? Whatever. Who cares? Let's move on.
Davion says, I agree with Jimmy. This should have main evented. I think we all agreed there for sure. Davion says also, I love this tag team match, but at Wrestle Dream, I think they are really going to tear it up. Yeah, this was very obvious. I don't know if it was obvious to you, but it was to me. This was them holding back.
We mean Takeshita, Brodido, and Takeshita, Brodido. You mean?
I mean Okada too. This was Okada at 2. This was 2 on the give a fuck scale.
This is Okada at as good as you're gonna get.
No. Pay-per-view Okada is something different.
Ask Okada to name the members of Brodido. Dido.
Bro and Dido. I know them very well. I've been to ring multiple times. Bro and Dido. All right, we got War Heroes thinks that Okada should focus on Hangman.
Not with that belt he's got. I don't want him to.
Yeah, no, that would diminish the unified title. And you're trying to present that as like the 1B title right now. So it's got a long-term story surrounded by it, which we never really got with any of the international or continental championships. So it's already doing that right.
Right? Something.
You could tell when Tony actually cares is when he makes a long-term story off of a title.
Very true.
All right, we'll get back and finish up AEW Dynamite Title Tuesday, but before that, let's finish up NXT ShoWdown, as you had the main event. Before the main event, you had the women's team for Team NXT was shown celebrating in the back. By celebrating, I mean they looked at each other and said, oh yeah, we all hate each other, and parted ways. Ruka was left and approached by Zarya, who wanted to talk about kind of being left out of things for tonight's ShoWdown event. And she wants to focus on the WWE Women's Tag Team Championships. Blake Monroe says that their friendship wouldn't last, and that she is going for championship gold, and that Zarya saying that she wants the Souls NXT North American Championship, and Blake says no, I'm going for a different title.
Well, that narrows it down, doesn't it? Hopefully, it'd be great if it wasn't on this fucking show. I gotta be honest. The more I see Mariah May in NXT, the more I am impressed with her talent. Because, good Lord, they have done everything they possibly could. This feels like sabotage almost. They've done everything they possibly could to not make Mariah May Mariah May. They changed her fucking name. They had her as a fucking babyface. They fucked up her heel turn. They've done everything they possibly could to fuck this up. And she's still Mariah May at the end of the day. I'm telling you, it's a bad motherfucker. I'm letting you know. I'm letting you know now.
Yo, it is amazing how quickly they have done this too. She just got here in June. June. It's like she's part of the furniture at this point.
It's shocking. They've done everything they possibly could. But don't worry, it's going to work out. She's that good. I'm telling you. Even standing next to what's her face, who's a star. She felt like a bigger star. She just does. She's Mariah May. It is what it is. Blake Monroe. Heel turn where Michael Cole botches. What the fuck is going on? And if he didn't botch, it's a stupid fucking heel turn to begin with. Good Lord. It'll work out, though. It'll be all right.
Men's Survivor Series elimination matchup. You got Team TNA, Mike Santana, Frankie Kazarian, Moose, and Leon Slater, the TNA X Division champion. Kazarian, the TNA International champion. They are here to represent TNA Wrestling against Team NXT champion Ricky Saints, Miles Bourne, Javon Evans, and TNA World Champion Trick Williams. The main event on paper looked really good from the get-go to me. You get Team TNA entered first with Kazarian and Moose getting big cheers as they came through the crowd. After a break, Team NXT came out. Evans and Slater kicked things off, and they were getting bouncy from the get-go. Kazarian and Williams blind tagged in and started brawling with one another. Miles Bourne eventually gets tagged in, and he hits an atomic drop and a neck breaker on Kazarian. Kazarian then pushed Bourne into his team's corner, where they started wailing on him. Eventually, when the dust settled, you get Kazarian, who hits a modified Faymaster into the slingshot cutter on board to get an early elimination. Both teams retreated to their corners as a disbelieving Bourne headed to the back. Saints stared daggers at Santana, and they started fighting. We get a callback to early AEW Dynamite. He set up, we get Santana coming in. He fights it out with Javon Evans. He set up Evans in the TNA corner and chopped him away for a bit. Moose jerseyed Evans. Canadians will get that as hits a big drop kick before dragging him to the TNA corner. We get all the big dives to the outside until you get Slater is left in the ring with Javon Evans. After a little exchange, you get Javon rolling up Leon rolling up Javon for the 1-2-3 as Javon Evans is eliminated and Team NXT is only down to two. The two champions, Trick and Ricky. Trick and Ricky are not on the same page. Slater and Kazarian double team Williams for a bit, with Kazarian making the pin attempt. Williams kicked out. Kazarian bounced Williams' head off of Moose's foot, and Moose tagged in Slater. Team TNA started working over Williams' ankle. Slater hit a crossbody and delivered some punches before tagging in Kazarian. Kazarian came in and he started running wild for a bit. We get Saints hitting a Falcon Arrow, but Slater is able to kick out at the count of two. Eventually, the disagreements between Williams and Santana spark up as they are heading into TNA Bound for Glory for the TNA World Championship. You get Saints, who takes advantage of Williams being distracted, going for the Trick knee, and he tags himself in on Trick, which leads to Williams saying, you know what? Fuck this. I'm out. And he walks out on Ricky. Ricky is left alone, 1-on-4 at this point, leaving him to fend for himself. Kazarian puts him in a rear naked choke. Ricky's able to transition, and he gets into the Bret Hart pinning combination for the 1-2-3 to eliminate Kazarian. Then he's left with Leon Slater. Saints gets his knees up on the Swanton 450, gets a pinning cover on Slater for the 1-2-3, gets his second elimination. Now it's 2-on-1 with Moose and Santana. He comes close to beating Santana after Moose misses the spear on Ricky, and he hits Santana instead. Saints was looking for the Rochambeau when Moose comes back in. He hits Ricky with a pop-up powerbomb, picks him up so Santana can hit the spin the block for the 1-2-3, and Team TNA evens the score for NXT ShoWdown at 2-2. So TNA and NXT are split. They are even for the show as Team TNA wins this elimination matchup. After the match, Santana and Ava were seen talking backstage. The GMs congratulated each other, said that they're all cool now. Okay. And Ava asked Santino to bring the Knockouts division to NXT next week for a battle royal to determine the number one contender to face JC Jane for the NXT Women's Championship at Halloween Havoc. The elimination main event, it was good. good stuff. I like the story they told with Trick and Ricky, which I think should probably be the main program in NXT. If there's no Oba, those are your two top stars, Ricky and Trick, and that's a fresh rivalry to do. So I would go with that one. I guess this was them giving something to TNA, but they had to protect the WWE stars as much as possible. So Ricky, despite being NXT champion, he was able to overcome 4-on-1 and bring it down to half. And it took two guys to beat him, so he's protected in the loss. Trick didn't take a loss at all. And Javon and Miles were kind of treated like how they're always treated, kind of mid-card guys instead of top guys, which Javon should be by now. Jimmy, what did you think?
I don't want to be rude. I'm not going to hate on the brother. I like the brother. You call somebody a crackhead, that's going to make you a star in my book. But can we stop this super duper love for Javon? Because he can jump. It's literally it.
He's really talented. He was only 21.
Yes, he's jumping. And flipping. And flying. And landing. And other variations of the same thing. Can we stop? Can we stop? Bouncy love. Yeah, bouncy love. Thank you. I might call it that from now on. Bouncy love. It sounds dirty.
You got that bouncy love.
The match was good. I'd like to tell the story. It did remind me that I do miss elimination matches in general.
Same.
Right?
Because I was watching these matches on this show and I was like, this would be so much better with main roster, men's and women's roster.
Right? But they don't want to do that because then too many people have to take a loss.
Exactly.
For some weird fucking reason.
Not about taking risks and having people actually taking losses.
Fucking outrageous. What was I gonna say? Leon Slater's got to do something out of his pants. I'm not sure what his career goals are, but if they involve stardom, you can't be walking around with fucking Aladdin pants. Those pants are fucking.
He said Aladdin pants.
No disrespect of any kind, but you look ridiculous. You look fucking preposterous. I would. I'm not gonna say that. I'll say it. I would have dropped you too. When you came off that fucking ladder.
Yo, whoa!
I'm joking.
You're not joking because you thought twice about it.
The words and opinions of Jimmy Macram do not necessarily reflect those of True Heel Heat, its viewers, or affiliates.
I thought it was really well done. Starks came out looking like a star. Trick looked like a dick. Santana. Moose is significantly older than I thought, by the way. How old is Moose? I don't know how old he is. I just look at his body and go, that's an older man. And Santana looks like
I look at your body and I'll be like, yeah,
that's an older man. Like, you're older. If I'm Santana, by the way, I'm gonna need that push sooner rather than later. I don't know what his plans are long term. Like, look at this place. Look at this dump. Why am I not the man around here? This is fucking outrageous. Come on, man. What's the whole?
I'll be honest with you. I watched him get the win at the end here, and I was like, why do I have the feeling he's not winning on Sunday now?
He needs a win. Come on, man. Please and thank you. Just put him over. This isn't complicated. He's a star. Like, especially for TNA standards.
We got Big Man Dogs. He says, as a weekly NXT viewer, we do not want TNA geeks on our show.
I mean, to be fair, our roster is hands. That's bad.
Oh man, I'm laughing. But yes, that was NXT. We'll give our grades for the show in a bit here as we finish up with AEW Dynamite. We go backstage to Renee Paquette. She is with Willow Nightingale and Jet Speed ahead of their matchup this week on Collision against FTR and Megan Bain. Speedball Bailey said they will always respect people with courage and stand up to bullies like Nightingale does. Knight says that last week Dax Harwood was looking up at the lights in their matchup. Nightingale says that Bain and Penelope Ford were surprises, not a surprise, like Stokely said, but brought up the little garden gnome, Stokely, and says that his top guys down and Jet Speed Babes up. Meanwhile, we would get the response from the heels heading into Saturday as FTR and Stokely were backstage, with Stokely saying that he respects Jet Speed a smidge since they are getting into the ring with FTR, but he'll never respect Willow Nightingale. The reason why Dax Harwood lost against Kevin Knight last week, you don't need hoes when you have two bad bitches. Penelope Ford and Megan Bain walk in and said that this is Willow Nightingale's reality check. As everywhere Bain walks, Willow doesn't stand a chance. Stokely said FTR and Bain will put Nightingale and Jet Speed in their place, and Bain says it's top gods out. So this Saturday, Collision Homecoming, Megan Bain and FTR versus Willow Nightingale and Jet Speed mixed trios matchup. Any thoughts?
Yes. Megan Bain looks like you built a professional wrestler in the lab. Like outside of Jade, she might be the most perfect looking professional wrestler ever. She needs to not speak about anything ever. She could probably use fixing of her mannerisms. Her playing with her hair is a wild visual with that fucking thing she got on her head. It's like she's supposed to be a goddess, but you're acting like a 16-year-old girl. This is fucking outrageous. Am I the only one picking up on this? And we got to stop treating fucking Megan and Penelope like they're fucking equals, which is even worse. What is going on? If it wasn't for Camille, we would all be losing our minds about Megan Bain. But because we know how bad it can get, we're like, you know, it's not that bad. Yeah, Megan Bain. Push is going all right. It's outrageous.
It's fine, relatively speaking. Relatively.
Yeah, what the fuck? Yeah, but she should be a star. Just based on the way she fucking looks. Like Jade, you should be a star. I don't even care if you can do anything else. You should just star. Sorry. We'll figure the rest out eventually at some point.
And finally, there was the main event of the show. Orange Cassidy going one-on-one with his arch rival in AEW, Pac. So if you thought CM Pac was short hair at All Out and over the last couple of weeks was going to take some getting used to, he's now rocking singlets and tights. What are we doing? This man did not miss a day at the gym, so there's no reason for you to wear a singlet. Pac slowly took his time, ragdolling Orange in the early going. He tried little kicks, but Pac wasn't having that and quickly got a headlock takedown. Working a cravat, you get Cassidy was able to escape until both traded wrist locks and counters. Flying arm drag from Cassidy, but Pac dodged in the corner. Cassidy floated over and sent Pac face first into multiple turnbuckles until hitting a diving clothesline.
Holy shit.
A huge drop kick out of the corner. He then started toying with Cassidy, who started slowly firing up the Dorby strikes. Pac lowered the straps as both started throwing bombs of forearms until each caught one another with big boots. Forearms ramped up once more until Pac
underwater.
Back. Oh, excuse me. Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Pac hit a bounce back German suplex. Cassidy tried a beach break. Pac escaped only for Cassidy to connect with the PK and sending Pac outside again. We get Cassidy tried a tope DDT, but Pac caught him again. Only this time, Cassidy countered into a stun dog millionaire. 3 times the charm as he hits a tope DDT on the outside. He puts Pac on a table on the outside and hits this crazy, just falling off the ropes, hands in pockets, dive to the outside as the crowd was going wild for that one. They fight to the ramps, to the rafters way at Daly's place, where Pac leads Orange there. He delivers a tombstone power driver out of nowhere. Referee Bryce is rushed out to check on Orange, but then Pac ordered him back to the ring to count him out. Bryce's voice hilariously turned squeaky hearing this command. With Bryce's attention turned, though, Pac's ankle was handcuffed to a barricade by Darby Allin. Somehow, Pac was still able to make himself free by the count of 7. I was like, what the hell was the point then? He dives back inside at the count of 9. Orange Cassidy gets him into a Casadora, gets the cover, 1, 2, 3 for the victory here. Post-match, Pac sprinted after Darby Allin, who was ready with presumably mace, blinding Pac on by the commentary table. The commentators were started coughing all of a sudden. Willie Yuta showed up and was dropped as well with a taser by Darby. Then you get John Moxley, Claudio Castagnoli, Daniel Garcia, and Marina Shafir. They all come to ringside and try to chase after Darby, who was ready, who brings out a Molotov cocktail and looks like he's threatening to set the rag on fire when the Death Riders kept their distance until security literally tackled Darby to the ground before it was used. While a huge pack of guards held the Death Riders off, Allen was laughing as he was being detained to close the show, as they were talking about on commentary, what will Darby and Moxley do in their I Quit match at WrestleDream next Saturday. The match was really good. I think Orange Cassidy and Pac, they just have effortless chemistry together. They just know how to work with each other here. This was a little bit slower than their usual matches, but that plays into who Pac is with the Death Riders, I guess. So I liked this matchup. I enjoyed it. Didn't like the whole handcuff and ankle. For all of that, if he's going to handcuff his ankle to the barricade, he should just get counted out. That's how he should lose. If you're going to do that, that's how he should lose. Just keep it simple, stupid. Don't try anything other than that. But it was fun. It was fun matchup. The post-match, so unnecessary. Just seems like they're running out of ideas. And I am scared to think of what they're going to come up with for the I Quit match at WrestleDream. I think someone might die.
Here's hoping.
Knowing Darby. That's probably what's going to happen. What did you think?
I'm thinking that'd be a great idea because we need to get this off the TV at some point. If death needs to happen to make it happen, you know what? Sometimes sacrifices have to be made. The match is good. I'm over Orange Cassidy. I gotta be honest. I don't think I've appreciated not having him on TV for as long as I did. It was a long time, and I don't think I quite enjoyed it the way I should have. I took it for granted. It was kind of a dick here every week instead of taking it all in. Now he's back, and of course we start the match with his usual horseshit. So he started the match last week. Oh, good fucking Lord. It doesn't help that I got to see Sammy and Jack Perry on the show. All three of these people should have been left in fucking 2023 or 22 or whenever the fuck it was. Match was fine. Like you said, it was slower, but different. That's got to count for something at the very least. Post match, pretty well for me. Who cares? I'm sorry. I just don't. Listen, I love Darby. One of my favorite TV wrestlers ever. One of my favorite wrestlers in AEW ever. But like, you're not about the life. You're just not. I've seen you now bring out a flamethrower you didn't do anything with. So you get your ass kicked the week after that, and now you got a Molotov cocktail that you're going to threaten to use instead of using it. They're all in the same spot. Fucking throw it, cocksucker. Jesus. Yeah, I'm over it. I'm so over it. It should have ended whenever that fucking pay-per-view. All Out?
Yeah, All Out was the last pay-per-view. It should have ended with the coffin match. Yeah.
Done. No, we got to keep going till blood and guts, I would imagine.
Yep. That's what it seems like. Unfortunately, that is what it seems like. We got Big Man Does. He says, one day Kevin Knight will turn on Speedball and things will fall into place.
Kevin Knight does look like he'd be a star. Speedball doesn't look like he could work at the arcade.
Why?
Probably not, because you have to put on some fucking shoes.
Why are you so mad at him for not wearing shoes?
I love them. Do you hear yourself when you talk? Why are you so mad at him for not wearing shoes? The grown-ass fucking man on fucking national TV every week.
The words and opinions of Jimmy Macram do not necessarily reflect those of True Heel Heat, its viewers, or affiliates.
Can't put on some shoes? I know Tony Khan paying you well. You can't put on some fucking shoes?
Unfortunately, it wasn't available to him. All right, we've made it to the end of both reviews of AEW Dynamite Title Tuesday, as well as WWE NXT ShoWdown. Let us know what you thought about both shows in the live chat, in the comment section. You'll let us know your match of the night, your MVP, LVP moment of the night, whether you gave each show a thumbs up, thumbs down, thumbs in the middle, out of 10, what did you give each show? Let us know in the comment section. Let us know in the live chat. Final call for super chat donations as well. For me and Jimmy, we will start with AEW Dynamite Title Tuesday in 3, 2, 1. Thumbs in the middle from Jimmy. Thumbs up from me. Jimmy, out of 10, what did you give this week's show?
6.5. Right in the fucking middle. Like barely passing or barely failing, depending on what you prefer. Mid. Friend of the world, 7. See, I know I nailed it. I know I fucking nailed it. 6.5.
Yeah, I gave it a 7. I give it a 7 out of 10. I thought the wrestling on the show was good throughout. I thought the Joe and Hangman was a great segment, but there was just like stuff missing through the show, and I didn't think it was paced very well, and the match placement wasn't done very well. For WWE NXT ShoWdown in 3, 2, 1. Thumbs in the middle from both of us. Jimmy, out of 10, what did you give ShoWdown?
6.5. Had the best match of the night with Mustafa and Paige. Decent main event, and I could have skipped the rest. To be completely fucking honest with you.
Yeah, it wasn't the best night in the ring for NXT, and this was an in-ring heavy show, but Ali and Paige kind of raised things up. So I have the exact same rating for the show. I give it a 6.5. Match of the night, easy for ShoWdown. It's Ali versus Ethan Page by a country mile.
Yeah. Agreed.
Match of the night for Title Tuesday.
Can I go off Ali again?
Title Tuesday, please.
I'm gonna go with the main. No, I'm gonna go with the tag match. I can't justify giving it to fucking Ishii and Moxley. I just can't.
I'm gonna give it to Okada and Takeshita versus Brodido. Then let's go with MVP for each show. So we'll start with Title Tuesday.
I'm gonna go with Samoa Joe. I thought he was the better of the two in the promo, and the promo was the best part of the night by far.
I'm gonna go with Samoa Joe as well. I was gonna go with co-MVPs, but Samoa Joe deserves it by itself. And MVP for ShoWdown.
We can go with Ali. I was thinking about giving it to Ethan Page, who I enjoy. He's got the belt, so that's the comfort. We'll go with Ali.
I'm gonna go with WWE. Yo, they've been able to come up with another alternative to Raw versus SmackDown. They were able to come up with that, and now they can have something that they can probably do every year if they want to, with NXT versus TNA without the Survivor Series tagline or bragging rights tagline to it.
That's a good point. Yeah.
LVP for ShoWdown, it's TNA, because they are definitely not wearing the pants in this relationship.
Let me tell you something.
Jimmy.
If you're on the street, if you're on the street, you're homeless, and some 10 fucking picks you up, you are winning in life. And TNA is fucking homeless. I'm sorry. Anything fucking that'd be dings to give them, they push, take, and smile. So I'm gonna go with. I don't want to be rude. Yeah, I'll be rude. I'm gonna go with the TNA women. Because they're not actually TNA women. It's kind of hilarious. That part is hilarious. There's nobody on the roster. Nobody.
Like, we don't have nobody that's just TNA that never been in WWE. Come on, man. What we doing here? Is the only person we have had to beat up their spouse? Like, what are we doing?
Ugh.
So yeah,
fucking mess.
TNA. Then we got match moment of the night for ShoWdown and
Moment of the night for ShoWdown. I'm going for Ali getting his foot caught. I thought that was almost clever. Not quite clever, but almost clever. As far as Dynamite, ooh, that's on the rougher side. I can hold you. Brodido was Stokely saying having two bad bitches. Because I got to be honest, I thought he was talking about FTR for a second. I thought he was. I was like, that's wild. Oh, you said, okay, that makes sense.
That actually popped me so much. That's awesome. That's actually pretty awesome. Moment of the night. Yeah, I'll just go with the Joe Hangman segment. Or I'll go with the video package for Tony Storm and Chris Statlander. That's my moment of the night. Then I think that's everything, right? Yep. That's everything. That is everything for WWE NXT ShoWdown, AEW Dynamite Title Tuesday. One of the rare times in the year, depending on if NXT is going to show up on Wednesday next month, like they did last year. This is one of the rare times of the year we will review both shows. So thank you to everyone who joined us. Remember to drop the thumbs up on the video, share it with your friends, subscribe if you are new. Jimmy, thank you for joining us on a special day today. Let everybody know where they can follow you on social media and when they will see you again.
At Jimmy Macram on Twitter. The country's coming to an end, so enjoy. Yeah, that's it.
You can follow me on the Twitter machine at TrueHeelSP3. You can follow the gang, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok at TrueHeelHeat. Patreon.com/TrueHeelHeat. $3 a month gets you exclusive content. The best way to support us when we are not live here. Me and Jimmy are over there with GOAT Match Series. I believe the next one will be dropping next week with Ricky the Dragon Steamboat versus Ric Flair Part 3 from 1989. So go over and check that out. And check out all the great content we got here on the channel right now, like Rated Raw review from yesterday with me and Top Guy JJ reviewing this week's Monday Night Raw. Check out myself. I will be live here tomorrow at 1:05 p.m. Eastern Time, the usual time for AEWramble. I'll be joined by the always great and hilarious Maggie to preview WWE Crown Jewel 2025 for this coming Saturday. We also got another preview on Friday for TNA Bound for Glory, so join us for that. I'll be joined by Joe Pearl of Fightful. Remember to drop the thumbs up, share it, comment down below, and let us know what you thought about Title Tuesday and ShoWdown for Jimmy Macram. It is me, your true phenom, SP3. This has been AEWramble, episode 219, Title Tuesday ShoWdown. We are signing off until next time.